Welcome to another week of strategies, tactics, and technique tips of the week for MMA. And today's video tutorial is going to jump a topic and talk about the common complaints that MMA fighters in the UFC have when they complain to a referee that the fight got stopped too early when they've been, allegedly grounded and pounded. Our last several videos, I've used a different training partner, obviously, and we've done it on upright fighting and about strategies against, how to deploy indirect attack, fakes, and feints. So this one is kind of different today in here because of the recent UFC 212. So the answer here to fighters getting complaining that the fight got stopped too early because they were rocked or TKO'd and they thought they were still continuing, basically comes down to this, okay? If your defense is this, however you are on the ground, so for simplicity's sake, we'll say the mount, okay? So I'm mounted in here, all right? And what's happening what happens here is fighters throwing some punches downward in here as I'm talking to the camera, right? And what's happening is this guy's kind of getting clocked a little bit here. Slow down as it talks. Is he's getting clocked in here, and this is his defense. Keep going a little bit. This is his defense. He's getting this, right? He's getting hip boom, and here and he's trying to turn in here. And this guy's just following him, ride my back in here, ride by my back, whatever, like this. He's just getting nailed in here like this, and because his arm is up here going like this, he thinks. Right, all right, so stop. So the referee comes in and stops the fight. All right, and he thinks, let's go back. He thinks that, he goes up and goes, what the hell? The fight should have been stopped, okay? Well, I can tell you from one thing, yes, the fight should be stopped there because you can tell that the guy is halfway out of it. Why? Because when he turns like this and he's getting clocked and his arms are going like this, okay, he can't even see where the punches are coming from. A punch is sneaking here, boom! You see his head. Anytime you see a guy's head jolting here like this, you know his equilibrium got moved, and he's trying to give up his back in here and get to his knees. And even if he gets to his knees, let me get to my knees in here, right? And he sits on my back in here. I'm going like this, right? Like Jose Aldo did last night in here. Okay, you still have no intelligent defense. Okay, even if these punches, which a lot of them don't have any power in here. Because they don't know how to hit hard on the ground. Even this, you're still not in the fight. Okay, so it should be stopped. Why? Because you don't train for intelligent defense. Okay? That is ridiculous defense if you consider yourself a fighter. Imagine if you were a pro MMA fighter and you found yourself in a self-defense encounter in the street and you perform that same type of defense. Let's say you found yourself on the ground with some guy who has no skill level other than he got you down on the ground and he just starts wailing on you, right? And one of those punches with no gloves on or fingers or a ring or something or a fingernail gets in here like this, no referee stop, right? You're done. You're dead. Not done, you're dead. Okay? You're gone off this world. So imagine that happening. The only thing that saved you in the ring was the referee. So that is ridiculous defense. So you should be complaining to the referee. What you should be doing is going home and blaming yourself because you don't train in defense skill sets. All right? So we go back to here. So if I find myself in the mount, okay, now here's the problem here. Here's what you have to, your thought process needs to shift like this. The mount position in here and getting hit in the mount should be the same thought process, the same force escalation that I need to use when someone tries to attack me in the street with a knife, right? If someone tries to attack me with a knife in the street, okay, and I can at least see it coming, when I go to stop you, my intent is to kill you, all right? My use of force is justified. I'm going to gouge your eyes. I'm going to take your life almost. You're trying to kill me, right? As opposed to some drunk guy in the street who approaches me, in a bar parking lot, and he thinks I looked at him the wrong way. He's drunk. He doesn't really know what he's doing anyway. Okay, that level of force or threat I'm not going to gouge his eyes and kill him, right, or blind him for life and permanently maim him, because the threat is not is real. So in the sport, even though there's rules, the ground position in the mount should be taken as life and death. All right, but it's not taken in life and death in here, because what happens is that these guys on top can't really hit hard. And if they can hit hard and drop a guy, and stop a guy in a couple punches, it happens sometimes, but very rare, right? But when a guy's punching like throw your punch, when the guy's going like this, and this guy on top, is not effective, not getting through it. The guy doing defense like this guy on top should be ashamed of himself. Right? You should be killing this guy. This guy has no ability to fight back in here like this. You can't, your arms are, you have very minimal amount of options with your arms out here like this. All right? Now, a better choice would be you're going to have to accept this for a moment, but when I find myself in this position, my thought process is to go after this guy. All right? I have a lot of other videos that talk about how to stop a person from grounding and pounding you, and it really should be stopped before you get to the mount. But since fighters are already mounted or side mounted or whatever, we're talking about it from here. So it should be stopped before it gets there. But we'll start from here. So what should be happening is, as this guy tries to throw, watch your knuckles so you don't crush yourself in here, is that as soon as I'm in the mount here like this, my thought process would be to stop, cover, and counter this guy immediately, is get back to the hip. So if he throws a punch in here, I should be in here like this immediately. Okay? So it's a totally different concept in here, is deploying basically a shield in here where I can actually cause damage as he throws a technique, boom, in here like this, and immediately my vision is like, I'm going to freaking punch you right in the throat, man. Right? Irregardless of however he is. If he's leaned over here, whatever, like this, I should be, wham in here like this. Now people are going to say, well, fighters do that. No, they don't. There's not one I've ever seen that's ever done that. This is a skill set that you got to practice a lot. People also say, well, you can't hit hard from the back. That's a bullshit too, because I've done it against many pro fighters, and they don't want anything to do with my striking on the ground like this. They've never experienced something like that because they don't train in that. Once they get to here, they don't think about having a machine gun and causing damage right here. They're thinking about doing trying to get to their roll on their stomach and do all the jiu-jitsu stuff. It don't work when it's chaos, right? This is all chaos. When he's throwing punches in here, guys go like this, he can't even think what to do. This is why I'm telling you, when you get to the freaking ground in here, however you get to the ground, you got to be ready to face your adversary, not roll away like this. This is the worst thing you could do, right? Your temple's wide open, you could be trapped and pinned, which a lot of fighters do. You can't even get out of this thing. And if you do get out of it, it's because this guy on top is a joke. He can't deliver enough force or keep you in control. It's super easy. Okay, you don't need to be a high-level jiu-jitsu guy to know how to do that. All right? And one thing with jiu-jitsu doesn't deal with strikes and countering and all that chaos on the ground, so they're not going to be able to help you with that. So you need to be staying tight in here, so as he throws a punch in here, right, I need to make sure that when I cover in here like that. See, now he's out of position in here like this. Now I can kick him off and like that. Right? But try doing that. Try having someone just throw a swarm of punches from here. It's no different than standing up. Okay, I'm not going to get into all the mechanics of the punches and stuff, but try countering back from there with your up here like this, not from back here, and see how long that guy wants to stand there, stay there and try to trade with you. Yeah, you're not going to quite necessarily have the force maybe coming downward, but dude, you definitely can deliver a hellacious amount of force, because I've done it even with boxing gloves on and just shatter someone's face in here like this, their nose in here, and gotten out of it. But when I train, when I get to these ground positions, my thought process is my level of survival goes up. I'm thinking, dude, I'm going to freaking seriously injure you now. Even in sport, not go, okay, well, I'm going to hang out here and try to buck you off and all that. Dude, I've been through enough chaos in my life in fighting that doing this, getting me here, to me is easy as far as dealing with people trying to hit me. I very rarely even get here because I stop it before it gets there. Just because my thought process, my mindset is so aware of the damages that could have happened. Okay, so the answer is fighters need to train better defense in here instead of complaining to the referee in here. When they get on the ground, they psychologically just check out because they don't practice that chaos that happens in the ring. The chaos that's happening on the ground does not happen in the jiu-jitsu dojo on the ring, in your classes and stuff like that. It's not in there. This is why trying to train grappling separate from the striking all the time doesn't work. How do you bring those elements together here? They spend more time trying to use counter grappling to deal with striking on the ground. Okay, so go ahead and leave a comment. If you disagree, let me hear it. If you agree, great. And look for more videos future on this topic in here. Okay, so you can check out my YouTube channel as well. It talks about more ground and pound techniques and stuff, how to stop, how to ground and pound somebody, how to take somebody out, how to stop it and fight back. All right, check it out. Take care.